What's up, everybody? It's Aftermath Digital here on the YouTubes, and we're going to get going with our fails. Not everything was great this week. Anthony, I'm going to let you kick it off. I know you loved the Women's Battle Royal, but what did you not like this week?
Well, when I thought it came to an end, I was very happy with the results. You know, we talk about peaks and valleys in the past, and someone like Natty, who's been there for so long and hasn't had really spotlighted title opportunities, I thought, wow, this is going to be a sick match between her and Asuka. She's a fantastic grappler. She's strong. They can really take this match and blow people away. And then Lana comes up from behind, chucks her out, and throws her out. I'm like, I don't know if her makeup was smeared or something, but she just looked like a hot mess. And I'm like, oh, man, you're going to put this girl in the ring with Asuka? She's going to beat the heck out of her. And it just took away – okay, it's a bit of an emotional choice as well because I like Natty. I know Natty, and I know how long she's been there and how hard she works. So I was really happy to see her get that kind of recognition and reward and that little peak after so long. And then to have it taken away. So they did the job, I guess, if that was their intention, was to take that feeling away, but it hurt.
No, I could totally understand that, especially having that, that connection with Natty as well. But to play devil's advocate here, as I mentioned in the win segment, I like the surprise of it. I like something different. I like it being out of left field and catching me off guard because, like some fans, I think, oh, I know what's coming. And then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. Hopefully it turns into a good. I didn't see that coming, but the more I hear you speak and the more I think about Lana's in-ring ability, I'm a little afraid.
I really appreciate the way that you're trying to at least defend the decision, Jimmy, because yeah, I'm totally with Anthony here. Just it's gonna be an absolute bloodbath when it comes to Asuka and Lana. Like Lana stands no chance. Look at her. Like how am I gonna buy that? They're gonna have to really work on selling me on Lana as somebody who's a threat to Asuka because right now it's she just ain't it.
I gotta say that after I don't know the real number, but I'm gonna say after 47 weeks of Lana being put through a table by Nia Jax, and then last night they lose a tag team match. Her and Natty lose a tag team match. Natty says we're breaking up, just because teams stink in WWE apparently. And then they have the Battle Royal. Lana gets put through a table again by Nia Jax. For what reason? Okay, and then wins the Battle Royal. What a great night for Lana after fighting through all these weeks of being put through a table and having it happen again and losing a match and having your best friend leave you. You are now #1 contender for the Women's Championship, and your reward is being murdered by Asuka.
Hey, I thought it was cool that a Samoan drop destroyed a table. Normally it's splashes and elbows and all that kind of stuff, and power slams. But a Samoan drop, that was I can't recall seeing that.
Oh,
I feel bad for the guys that have to put those tables together every week.
Does that mean Nia has to refer to Roman as the tribal? Never mind.
Yes. If she was on the show, she would. But right now it looks like she's the tribal leader on Raw. Kevin, your fail from the draft.
Yes, so there were a few things from the draft that I didn't particularly love, but let's go with one thing that really stood out to me, and that is the fact that a wrestler whom hasn't been on television, who I haven't seen for many number of months, is back, and he's making a big impact all of a sudden. Lars Sullivan. Lars Sullivan is getting another chance in WWE. Now, Lars has had many issues outside of the ring. In an era kind of where everyone is well aware of what professional athletes, professional wrestlers' lives are like outside of the ring, it's getting harder and harder to separate a wrestler, what he does in the ring or she does in the ring, and what they do outside of the ring. And when I saw Lars, I said, I haven't seen this guy in a while. And then I thought, I don't think I've needed to see this guy in a while. He doesn't do anything for me. And it's a shame that Lars is getting this primetime opportunity when it seems like he's been given chance after chance. Nope, he hasn't really connected with an audience. He hasn't connected with me, that's for sure. And now there could have been somebody else who got that shot. There could have been another monster kind of guy, Dabba-Kato maybe. Maybe Shane McMahon brings Dabba-Kato in for this monster heel gimmick. But no, instead it's going to be Lars Sullivan gets another shot when I don't think that he should be getting it. And it's just not that is just not what I want to see.
Yeah, I agree with that. The problem I have with this whole thing is how he came back. He just came up and randomly took out people. Why? We don't know. Do we know even if he's going to? Was he selected to a brand?
Yeah, he was.
Like
I
Raw.
think he got. I can't remember. SmackDown. I think. Yeah, SmackDown.
Oh, okay. Because I'm sure Friday nights just got sleepier. But anyways, he does. Unfortunately for me, he does nothing for me. I don't see, like I was talking about with Roman Reigns in our win segment. I need to have a connection with the person. He has to draw me in. Lars Sullivan has done nothing to draw me in.
Yeah, in the beginning when he first came, I liked it. He was big and he's strong and he's like a throwback with the whole and all that stuff. And then when I saw him come out, I don't know if it's whatever happened, in his personal life, but something in his eyes was missing, and he was almost like pretending to be confident. And let's give him some opportunities to come back and realize that people will be accepting, and he'll be fine, and he'll be welcome back. But you could see him thinking like, what are they thinking? What are they thinking? You got to just live in the moment 1,000%, and you cannot. If you're going to come through that curtain, there's a switch that flicks, and you got to be on. And if you're not 100%, you can see it in the eyes. And I think I saw it, but to be continued, I guess.
I don't know, man. We hadn't seen Lars Sullivan for so long, and what with all the big men that WWE has right now, to me, he's another white, bald dude with a beard. So, like, I don't care if you've got.
But he's a freak.
Oh, sure, he's a freak. Sure, he's a freak. I don't. So is Bray Wyatt. So, like, everybody's a freak.
Yeah.
Braun Strowman's a freak. Big Show's a freak. Everybody's a freak with bald, and like everybody's a freak. So good for you. Get a thing going on and make me care about you.
That's why I stood out, because I was not a freak.
Oh yeah, you were super normal, if I recall.
You just couldn't speak English.
Jimmy, you've got to fail from the draft as well.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused with some of the nuances and rules going on in the draft. Like, for example, okay, so the Hurt Business gets drafted as a team, as an entire group. Miz and Morrison get drafted as a tag team. Yet when New Day gets drafted, they only take Kofi and Xavier, and Big E doesn't get drafted along with the group. Why is this situation different? Don't get me wrong. I think Big E has a great future as a single superstar. I don't have a problem with him going along. I could see him staying on SmackDown and having a nice rivalry with Roman Reigns going forward. But at the same time, how come groups are allowed to go to – you can even bring Tucker and Otis into this as well. Why are certain groups drafted as a group? Why are some tag teams staying together? I'm just confused by why this isn't a universal rule, and it's kind of selective.
Yeah, you know what? I'm with you there, because if you're let's play the people behind the scenes. Let's play the management of Fox and the USA Network, and all of a sudden they say, like, okay, we have the next draft pick. Who are we going to take? The New Day? And then one guy speaks up and goes, no, we're just going to take two of them. I say, why? We can have all three. No, we're taking just two. That's all we want. It's kind of weird that way, Jimmy. I think you're right, where if you have the opportunity to take three members instead of just two, why wouldn't you take the three, especially with three as strong as New Day? So that doesn't really make a lot of sense management-wise for me, or selection-wise.
And to play Kreskin, because I like to do the fantasy prognostication on what's going on. Was I the only one who noticed that Big E was somewhat happy to see his friends, but at the same time kind of like not overly happy to see his friends? And maybe there's a story there playing out. Maybe it was his decision in the long run where he says, hey, enough of this. I want my own deal. I don't know.
I like to believe that there's somebody backstage that says, you know what, these two other guys are holding Big E back. He can do more on his own, and they're trying to, navigate the waters as such. I hope he doesn't turn heel. I think you can break up without being a heel, but we'll see what happens. The inconsistencies were odd. I wish they would just explain how things work a little more, so we at least can fill in the blanks for ourselves.
Yeah, there were a lot of inconsistencies in the draft. Like, if you're picking groups of people, you're just picking sheer numbers over over, like you're going for quantity over quality to me. Oh, I'm going to pick these 4 guys and these 2 guys and these 3 guys. And then your other side's just getting 1. So you're just loading up on talent just so the other side can't have it. Kind of doesn't make any sense, but I'll tell you what my fail was, because it sure didn't make any sense. Why were Retribution drafted? These are the guys that are trying to wreck not only your television shows, but your whole company. So somebody went, you know what? I want them on my show. I want them to keep doing what they're doing. Imagine the future going forward if Retribution wasn't drafted at all. And then they have a real gripe. Not only have we been smashing stuff, but you didn't draft us? How dare you? But now Retribution is fully draftable, guys. Draft them up. Why didn't you separate them, idiots?
There's an expression. It says, keep your friends close. Keep your enemies closer.
Yeah, well, hopefully these enemies get, with the draft, get a name change too, because they could use it.
You don't think T-Bar and Mace and, I don't know. Slapjack and...
my people call it Mace. I don't know.
Tire Iron and Radiator Cap. You don't think these guys are upsetting?
Well, you know what? There's another part of the car under the engine.
They call them RC.
Call it a dipstick? No.
Yeah, dipstick. There's all sorts of, exhaust pipe. That guy's scary as hell.
Man-E-Fold.
Man-E-Fold. Sweet. More car parts, guys. What are your fails from the week that was in WWE? Let Jimmy Corderas know on Twitter, at Jimmy Corderas. Let him know, man. We're going to come back. We've got more draft talk. We'll try and stay away from the fails, but we got more draft talk. Maybe what we liked about the draft. We could talk about that. Plus trivia coming up. Don't you dare miss it.